Hello and welcome to the DX Corner for your weekly dose of DX. I'm Bill, age 8B. Just after you learned FT4, which was just after you learned FT8, and you thought everything had settled, there's a new low signal mode on the horizon. FT2 mode makes its debut. Whiskey Victor 8 Oscar, David, reports that a new digital mode called FT2 has been developed and integrated into the open source WSJTX software by Italy Uniform 8 Lima Mike Charlie Martino using AI. The FT2 mode offers extremely fast 3.8-second cycles, making it much quicker than previous modes, though it operates with lower sensitivity, minus 13 dB, compared to FT8. Wiley says that users should be cautious, even if you install this modified version of WSJTX in a separate directory. It still will write log files to the same location as your main WSJTX installation. So backing up your log files before experimenting is strongly recommended, and that's always a good idea. For more information, visit the Hampass website. Well, that's exciting, and this stuff continues to evolve, and I think it's cool. The following DX information comes from Bernie, W3UR, editor of the DailyDX, the WeeklyDX, and the How's DX column in QST. If you would like a free 2-week trial of the DailyDX, your only source of real-time DX information, just drop me a note at thedxmentor@gmail.com. And I've had several listeners and viewers do that, and they've been very happy with the results, so don't hesitate to check it out. To say that the world has been waiting on this would be an understatement. We have an update on the Bouvet DXpedition 3 Yankee 0 Kilo. They have left Cape Town, South Africa. The 3 Yankee 0 Kilo team has departed Cape Town aboard the Danish registered vessel Argus from Icetugs, beginning the 1,500 nautical mile transit to Bouvetøya. Argus completed scheduled maintenance and survey work prior to her arrival in Cape Town, ensuring full readiness for the voyage. Earlier this week, the expedition helicopter was loaded, inspected, and secured on deck. Both the vessel and the aircraft has successfully passed all required inspections. We appreciate the strong commitment demonstrated by the pilots, mechanics, expedition guides, and vessel crew as we move forward together as one team to make this a successful expedition. The captain and crew are performing excellently, and the team is enjoying good meals prepared by the ship's chef. Despite encountering rough seas during the first days at sea, preparation continues aboard as we expect to arrive on Bouvetøya somewhere around February 26th at 8 o'clock local time. Further updates regarding our band plan and DQRM strategy will be shared as we approach the island. We extend our sincere thanks to all contributors for your continued support. 7-3 from the 3 Yankee 0 Kilo team, and that is exciting. We have a couple African DXpeditions. From Nigeria, which is 5 November. Bodo, Delta Fox 8 DX, will be in Abaju, Nigeria, working at the Voice of Nigeria broadcasting station from March 1st to the 10th, so just a few days from now. Operating under his new call sign of 5 November 7, Quebec Bravo Radio, he plans to be active on the air as time allows and will participate in the ARRL DX single sideband contest. More on that later. Using 100 watts and possibly Voice of Niagara's large curtain antenna, out of which he will get about 19 dB gain, which is pretty serious. He will operate CW sideband and FT8 on 10 through 80 meters. QSL are expected via LOTW, Direct, Bureau, or OQRS after the activity. For more information, see his QRZ.com profile for 5 November 0 Oscar Charlie Hotel and 5 November 7 Quebec, and those are previous calls. And we also have Ghana, 9 Golf. Arno, Delta Lima 1 Charlie Whiskey, is QRV until March 3rd, so just a few more days. He is mostly on CW with some RIDI possible through March 3rd. He is running 100 watts to a dipole and plans to be active on 80 through 6 meters. QSL via LOTW and via the Bureau to Delta Lima 1 Charlie Whiskey. We have a expedition to Vanuatu, which is Yankee Juliet. Juliet Kilo 1, Juliet X-Ray Zulu, also known as Alpha 35JK and T2JK, Aki, will be active from Port Vila, Vanuatu as Yankee Juliet 1, Juliet X-Ray Zulu from March 15th to April 3rd. He will operate on the 80 meters through 6 meter bands with activity after 5 p.m. Vanuatu time on weekdays and all day during weekends. Check his QRZ.com webpage, which is Yankee Juliet 1, Juliet X-Ray Zulu, as he will update it as specific dates and details are confirmed. We have an update on the KP5 stroke NP3 Victor India Deshusheo Island DXpedition, and this seems to have been going on forever, which is great. As reported last week, KP5 stroke NP3 VI, the Deshusheo DX Island DXpedition, has been extended to March 3rd, so just a couple more days. As of February 25th, they had exceeded the 97,000 QSO milestone, quote, all generated using our fully solar-powered, unattended remote deployment units, end quote. Quote, as we enter the final phase of the operation, we remain focused on providing opportunities for stations that still need KP5 for an all-time new one. We respectfully encourage those who have already have KP5 confirmed to operate in the spirit of sharing this rare entity by allowing room for stations still seeking it. The cooperation of the DX community has been essential in maximizing new contacts. To further support this effort, we have added an extra hour of FT8 operations specifically looking for ATNOs in Europe. This additional window is intended to take advantage of propagation opportunities and give more stations a chance to log KP5 before we go QRT. Operating schedules continue to be carefully balanced around the solar energy availability, battery reserves, and propagation paths to Europe, Asia, and other regions while maintaining reliable, continuous service, end quote. And they have done a masterful job. Hats off to Otis and the team. Boy, what a job. We have an update on St. Bartholomew, Fox Juliet. On February 12th, Andreas, DK6 Alpha Sierra, began his February through March 2026 Fox Juliet stroke Delta Kilo 6 Alpha Sierra operation from St. Bart's. He's QRV on CW, FT4, and FT8 on 3.5 through 6 meters, including participation in the ARL International DXCW contest. And you can QSL via DK6AS, either direct or via the Bureau. Well, here's an update on yet another African DXpedition, J5, which is Guinea-Bissau. We have over 25,000 QSOs in the log after the first 24 hours of operation. That's amazing. We've already logged more than 5,000 QSOs in CW. Only some 100 plus sideband QSOs yet. However, many more CW and sideband QSOs are to come in the coming days. Don't worry. Antenna-wise, today the combined 160 and 80 meter antenna went up, as well as the Aziloop receive antenna and the beverage on ground. We also found and replaced a defective PL259 barrel connector in the coax to the 60 meter inverted V. On 40 meters, we detected some man-made noise, about 50 hertz, from the neighboring property. We will go there shortly and discuss with the owner. Later on, we shall clean up the place, stow away all the things we don't need, and finally be ready for a smooth, around-the-clock, 24/7 operation. I'll tell you already they've done a good job, and 25,000 Qs in the first 24 hours is just amazing. From Greenland, which is Oscar X-Ray, we have this. Until March 9th, Bo OZ1 Delta Juliet Juliet will be active as Oscar X-Ray 3 Lima X-Ray from Assat City Island. During this period, please note that this is not a DXpedition, but rather a business trip, so activity may be limited, but it's always good to get Greenland in the log. From Mauritius and Rodriguez, which is 3 Baker 8 and 3 Baker 9. So far reported as 3 Baker 8 Golf on 2015 and 10 CW is operator Victor Uniform 3 Oscar Papa Tango, also known as Oscar Mike 0 Golf Alpha, Savarna. This is a 48-day trip, February 11th to March 30, with the Rodriguez portion, the call sign being 3 Baker 9 November, and then another 48 days, April 3rd to May 20th. That portion will be held from Port Mathurin and Rodriguez. It appears that he also plans to visit Sri Lanka and Bangladesh in the second half of 2026. And of course, if I have any details on that, I will certainly pass them along. And finally, we have an update on Minami Torishimi, which is a Japanese island, which isn't, I wouldn't say it's rare, but it's not common. And the designator for that is Juliet Delta 1 stroke Mike. Taki, Juliet Golf 8, November Quebec Juliet, will be working again on Minami Torishima as Juliet Golf 8, November Quebec Juliet stroke JD1, now until mid-May, operating with 50 watts and an HB9 CV style 2-element antenna. And you can QSL Taki via Juliet Alpha 8, Charlie Juliet Yankee. And he's a great operator. Boy, he's just fun to listen to. This week, the DX Mentor YouTube episode will feature Hal, W8HC. Hal will be discussing the 9U1 radio uniform DXpedition that logged almost 180,000 QSOs. Give it a watch and let me know what you think. And it's on YouTube under the DX Mentor. And now we have contest updates. The ARL International DX Contest single sideband will be held March 7th and 8th. The exchange for WVE stations is a signal report and their state or province. The exchange for DX stations is a signal report and power as a number or abbreviation. For instance, it might be 700 for 700 watts or just the letter K if it's a kilowatt. Logs are due within 7 days after the event is over, and they do not give you any grace period. Logs may be submitted either online or via email, but electronic Cabrillo logs are the preferred method. And I can tell you, do not wait. Get that log in. And if you decide to work that, let me know how you do. Until next week, this is Bill, AJ8B, saying 7-3, and thanks to my ex-whale Karen for her love and support. I hope to hear you in the pile-ups. Have a great DX week.